Fast Blue Gate Bank Chevy. I think there's a lot of speed left in me. It's I got to keep working on technique. Tough place, tricky place to get around. So we're going to keep tuning on and see what we can get.
Working on all the small, finer things, guys.
And a spin on track, Matt. Carl Long goes around in the 13. So practice going to be halted for the first time.
Just high on that exit, and he's really lucky to get no more damage than that. Got that back end to come around. It's just going to nose slightly into that inside wall.
While there's no action on track, we will step aside. And we're going to have a bit of a delay here in qualifying. Why, you ask? Well, it's almost the 1-year anniversary of the groundhog getting loose at Michigan during Xfinity practice. I know you guys remember that. Today we have a fox playing a role at Pocono.
I can't take credit for this. It comes from our producer Pam Miller, but remember, the Xfinity Series race with all drivers doing the broadcast is on Fox.
He just went into the wall.
Does that make that a foxhole?
I think it does make it a foxhole.
And that's our mascot. We've got to get him back because the driver's only on Fox this afternoon.
We need our
mascot.
I would not want to mess with that fox in that hole. I just would not want to do it.
No Limits Texas, this is what we are here for. Give me the command. Please welcome tonight's Grand Marshal, Entertainment Manager for WinStar World Casino and Resort, Stephanie Calloway.
Drivers, start your engines.
This will go up.
Going to be on Camp David mode this entire day.
We're racing in Texas. That's the spot where it really flattens out coming off turn 2. Who can get drive off turn 2 is going to be a big story and a success tonight, right?
We saw the 33 of Kaz Grala get a little bit wide over there in 1 and 2, lost several positions. There hasn't been a lot of side-by-side racing throughout our practice sessions.
Here's Gregson bringing it around. He's going to lead his first ever lap in the Truck Series.
Whoa! Was that John Hunter Nemechek?
John Hunter.
Behind Austin Wayne Self. Look at
the 19.
The 19 of Austin Cindric is up into the outside wall.
And the caution is out, and that's Austin Cindric coming off that career best 5th place finish last week. Right side damage.
Up there, let's see what happens to Austin. He's probably going to get a little bit loose and has to chase it up the hill. And there's no grip up there. You see the back end of that truck. He does a nice job not letting it spin around, but he just ran out of room, Todd.
Well, and that wasn't caused by the being in the second groove by any means. He just got loose at the bottom and had to chase it up where there is absolutely no grip.
How about taking a look at it from the view of Timothy Peters?
See, Austin's up there leading that pack, just gets a little bit loose.
Stay low, stay up high, stay up high. Yellow's out, stay low.
Fortunately, didn't collect the others that were all running right there in that pack of about 8 through 12.
You can go through 1 and 2 on the outside at a little bit of a reduced speed after a restart. Oh, we got a trouble already. Another truck around.
And that's the 1 of Jordan Anderson. Again, the caution is out. Didn't even get a lap completed. Anderson back there in that 16th spot prior to the spin. An issue here early. Let's see if we
maybe
can.
not the third lane.
The third lane is tough.
Yeah.
That might have been too much speed for the third lane. The second lane, he could have been okay, but
the second lane was occupied though.
Well, that's true. Good point. He was on the outside of 3 wide here, and that's a great view of it. Just absolutely no grip out there above at least the second lane, and probably minimal grip in the second lane once they're up to speed.
Comes 10 championship points, and of course that 1 playoff point that is going to be so important down the road. Stage 1 complete, and Johnny Sauter takes the green checkered. Stage 1 not going to do it this time. It's going to belong to that man and that team, the 4 team of Christopher Bell, bringing it home. Going to win stage 2, and Bell going to take a stage for the 3rd time this season. Takes the green checkers.
And another playoff point that he can carry all the way to Homestead. 5, something like that.
So give about 30 from the end, or with 49 to go. As Stuart Friesen is in the wall. Boy, they were already in the backup truck after some contact in practice. Tough break for Friesen.
And a tough break for Cody Coughlin that came to pit road. He was running in the 12th spot. Stuart Friesen was running 18th. Yeah, it looks like a right front tire or
definitely.
something broke in the right front suspension. The way that truck turned dead right as he was over there in turn 4.
Long for the ride, nothing he could do about it.
He's going to take off. He has got a faster truck for sure.
Yeah, but if
troubles
into
truck
the wall,
into the outside wall.
Myatt Snyder, turn 2, was running inside the top 10 at the time.
Doesn't look like there's a great deal of contact with the outside wall a little bit. So he just got a little bit wide. He was racing with Ben Rhodes.
Oh, I think he had, barely any contact.
Barely. This looks like the spoiler just grabbed that styrofoam, maybe kissed the wall with that right rear corner. Myatt did a nice job not letting that truck get any more damage than it did. And watch Travis Quapple, Timothy Peters go by on the outside.
Problem, Phil, if that quarter panel did get the walls.
That's a gaggle right there for about 7th.
Oh, trouble into the
11th.
wall.
John
and
Hunter.
that's the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek. Was running 4th. Heavy damage to the right side.
Tough break.
He's got
for John
fluid
Hunter.
coming out.
Oh, contact.
Yeah, Haley
Justin
looked
Haley.
like he just either lost the front end or got a little bit loose and had to chase it up the hill. Made contact with it.
Try to keep it down, and when you do, you suck that guy around, and this is what happens.
Yeah, that's what we talk about. You lose that side force, you lose that rear down force when someone's that close to you. And again, Todd, as you mentioned, he's trying to stay as low as he can because there's really no grip, just above the second lane up there. That stalled out Christopher Bell's momentum. Oh, trouble for Cody Coughlin. Looks like an engine's letting go.
Coughlin quickly gets it down off the racing surface. He was running 11th at the time, and that brings out the caution.
Yeah, there's going to be fluid. That thing came out the bottom right there. We got a little oil fire. Yeah, still running.
Yeah.
Clutch. Looks like a clutch fire to me.
Yeah, tough break for Cody Coughlin. What a save by Johnny Sauter.
Oh, they're still side by side. One into the wall.
Myatt Snyder, the 51, into the wall.
The 33 involved in that incident as well, and the caution is back out. It's going to be.
I don't know how Johnny Sauter saved that truck right there. You saw a little bit of contact right there. And this was really the aftermath of that. That was all caused by that 3-wide scrum right in front of these two.
Unfortunate for Myatt Snyder and Kaz Gralla. Both having solid runs tonight. Heavy damage to both. Looks like Gralla got up into the 27 of Rhodes. Watch it here from the 99 of Timothy Peters. Maybe we'll get a little better view.
Great veteran move to miss this. You see they got seized up with Johnny Sauter there, and that just it looked like it got Ben Rhodes into Myatt Snyder, and that turned Myatt sideways. Cass came along with nowhere to go.
Maybe even touch there going into 3. Oh, Briscoe gets loose. Austin Wayne Self around. Heavy contact with the 99 of Peters up and over. Austin Wayne Self in the 22, and that upside down 99 is Timothy Peters. Come down to this at the finish. There's the replay of the accident that brought out the final caution in the wild ride endured by Timothy Peters.
It looked like the 22 of Austin Wayne Self just got a little bit loose on exit of turn number 4. Got into Johnny Sauter. Watch him get loose on the bottom, gets into Johnny a little bit, turns him sideways. Ben Rhodes able to get by. Timothy commits to the bottom. Austin Wayne comes down there. A wild ride for Timothy. Timothy just really didn't even have any choice but to go to the bottom, did he?
No, normally Austin would have probably come back up the racetrack after that, and he didn't.
How about the view from Matt Crafton? And this is Timothy Peters. Watch this ride. Bringing the trucks back around, and they will come down across the start-finish line and signify the end of the race as they take the checkered flag under yellow. And Christopher Bell will win for the 4th time in his career.
And ironically, he passed Chase exactly how Chase passed him.
What a wild night it's been for Christopher Bell here tonight at Texas. He starts 21st. He drives to the front, then withstands a tremendous effort from Chase Briscoe. What a day it's been for you guys. You start 21st, you drive to the front. Ultimately, the race came down to a series of restarts with you and Chase Briscoe. What an effort he put up, but what made the difference for you to snag this victory?
Man, it's just all aero. First off, I want to make sure everyone's okay. It's kind of a, a sorrow victory here in Victory Lane. That was a pretty bad flip, and I've taken my fair share of flips, and it hurts a lot worse whenever it's in the grass like that one was. So I hope he's okay, man. That's the most important part. But second of all, we're in Victory Lane, so it's just a dream come true to be able to win here in Texas, my hometown. All of the Tundras are built right here in Texas, so it's a huge win for us, everybody at Toyota and Toyota Racing Development. Man, our JBL Tundra was super, super good.
Austin Wayne Self walked away. Timothy Peters also walked away from that accident, so that's good news. Last week at Dover, you had your first adversity of this season. What does this say about you and your team, how you're able to come back from that and get a victory?
Well, it's huge. We've been so fast throughout the entire year. All of our partners have done such a great job bringing really fast cars. Our Rowdy Manufacturing chassis and everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing Engines, they just work so hard to bring really fast Tundras to the racetrack, and I'm the lucky one that gets to drive them.
That's Christopher Bell. He goes from 21st to 1st here at Texas.
Today, brought it.
Trouble. Kyle Larson is around at the tunnel turn. Excuse me, Matt, but...
You didn't hit anything there, did you?
Yeah, I don't think he hit anything.
That could have been big.
You're good.
Well, we talked about he likes to run it loose.
Turning that we have to deal with. You know why, Mike? You're 190 miles an hour right into a 90-degree turn.
Look at the amazing job he does spinning the tires on the throttle, trying to keep it out of the wall. Does an awesome job with that. I wonder if he got onto the apron, if he didn't clip the apron coming into the tunnel and it sent him up the racetrack and around.
I'll take a look here and see what he did.
Well, he saved that car right there.
For sure, and he did it, with the throttle, he saved it.
No, he just gets loose.
He's just loose.
Yeah, car just rotated. There is a bump right there. May have kind of, made it worse.
Oh, he just really.
Yeah, he's dirt tracking right there. He
spun out before he got there. He was spinning out before he got there.
That's the nice. See, when I spun out, I always hit stuff because I didn't run the car loose all the time. So if it stepped out, I wasn't ready for it. He was ready for it.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome our Grand Marshal, Executive Director of the Green Sports Alliance, Justin Zellner.
Drivers, start your American ethanol-powered engines!
You see the 20 got a great start, was able to clear himself. Now he's in great position to get through turn 1.
Well, that went a lot better than I thought it was going to go.
A lot better for sure. But we're also heading down into the tunnel turn, and this is where it gets really tight, where you see these cars are 3 wide. That's not going to work. They want to get to 2 wide before they get there.
Well, that 3 wide was Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski marching their way to the front as we expected them to. And guys, that's just experience, right? I mean, these kids are going off in there on a restart like that, knowing you got those Cup regulars that have been, you know, 4 or 5 wide, maybe even more at times. That's just a little bit of experience showing up right there is what I thought.
I think that's where experience pays off the most, is on starts and things like this.
Right before we went to break.
Well, Brad Keselowski is going to win this stage. Take the checkered flag there. And let the games begin to see if everybody's going to be looking at the 0-0 there to see how this strategy plays out on this next restart. But Brad Keselowski had the best car that run and wound up winning the stage. He's going to win stage 2. So we know the speed of that 22 car is really good, as he's going to win the second stage here. But man, has the strategy played out, and he's going to have to pass a few more in the next stage.
That was definitely worth it for him. Oh, we got a spin here.
Got Paul Menard in the wall.
Left front.
And that's really strange.
Yeah, he was one of the guys who took advantage of pitting right there and trying to get on the right cycle at the end of this thing. I don't know what happened, but see on the replay.
Oh, he just lost it.
Gets loose.
Man, that's unfortunate. Just a terrible, terrible time to have that happen for anybody, especially coming off a pit road. Those cars seemed like they were side by side there. Maybe just made some dirty air and got him loose.
Well, you hear everybody talking about how tight their cars are getting, so they want to make sure their cars are as loose as possible when they take off, and you have to manage that as a driver the best that you can to try to make the most speed.
I'm here with the crew chief of the number 7, Jason Burdett, as the caution comes out here. Jason, what's the strategy? You're on a different strategy than everybody else.
Well, we're just trying to do something totally different than everybody right now. You know, it's our only chance. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sorry there, guys. He's trying to figure out what he's going to do with the strategy here. Wanted that caution with 10 to go, pit, put new tires on, and hopefully everybody else has old tires for him.
An interesting spot to crash here.
Oh, it's blew a left rear tire. Turned him straight right into the outside wall, and away it goes.
And his teams, that's something that everybody here is always pushing the limit on, is how low can you go on those left side tires before they start coming apart and you know, causing damage to them. So Goodyear makes a great tire, but as teams we do everything we can to maximize the performance.
See, Larson did a good job of maintaining control of his car, but he's got him. And this is where it's going to get big. He's going to pull him back.
Here comes Allgaier on the outside.
Dragging you hard, right corner. Start getting up. Clear, 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 clear by 1.
What a move.
Clear by 1, 2.
And that was about as well timed of a pass as you will ever see. Brad Keselowski took the fastest car and just made an absolutely great pass with it.
Yeah, he just put the pressure on him. He took the air off the back car. He didn't hit him, but he did textbook pass right there. Took the air off of him, got him loose, moved him up the track, went on to win the race. Great job.
Brad Keselowski wins his 35th race, and most importantly, ends the 46-race losing streak for the 22.
Congratulations, man. Great job. Thank you.
Did a great job. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I had a great car all day, and you got shoved into turn 1 there. I'm sure you were happy with the push initially and not the bump into 1, but you did a great job getting back, and that last lap pass. Bring us through that.
Man, it's a little surreal. I'm talking to Ryan Blaney in victory lane. Crazy, blowing my mind. You know, yeah, we were leading or second or whatever it was, and Elliott gave me a good push to clear the 0-0, but he carried it all the way into turn 1, and I got down there and my rear tires off the ground and went straight, you know, trying not to back it in the wall. But from there, it just kind of a never give up, man. You know, we were, I think, felt like 30th, but drove by a bunch of cars and just pushed as hard as I could. It looked like Kyle's car was struggling just a little bit, and he was getting, you know, kind of tight in the middle, loose off, and he was doing a really good job of holding it low, so I couldn't get any runs. And just on the last lap, I got right to his bumper and got him loose. And you know, we was trying to do the side draft thing down the back stretch and all the way down the apron. That had to look really cool. I can't wait to see the replay on Fox here. But hell of a race, and I'm really happy for the 22 team. It's been a while, and I think it's well documented how they haven't been in victory lane. But you know, Discount Tire's been a part of this program for a long time. They deserve it. Without them, I wouldn't, you know, probably have a career. in NASCAR, but they're not on the car today. SKF is, so I'm proud of them guys too from their area here, and it's good for Ford and everybody, and I just feels good for me, feels good, even better for the team. They deserve it.
Yeah, you did a great job. I like how you saved your downshift, and that was timed perfectly, and I thought you were going to get at least a good enough run, and then down on the apron, that's what you had to do to get away from him. So great job. Congrats to the 22 team, and we'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Here to give the command, please welcome our Grand Marshals, Axalta Senior Vice President Joe McDougall and Julia and Alyssa McDougall.
On behalf of Axalta's 14,000 employees around the world, we're happy to say,
drivers, start your engines!
Well, she's tricky, and she's got 3 different turns, and it's going to be a little bit of a fun afternoon here with this beautiful weather. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Already fanning out, 3 and 4 wide.
I know McKenzie, good grief, he never took off.
Yeah, being up on the front row, that didn't work out so well for Matt Kenseth. He did not get the start he was looking for.
No, I don't think that's the way they had that one planned.
Kenseth falls to 6th, maybe 7th as Logano moves alongside. Ryan Blaney got a great start. He's in 2nd behind Kyle Busch entering the tunnel turn.
I really think that's what Kyle Busch was trying to avoid, putting that 21 car up on the front row with him. And they know how fast that car is. He's led a lot of laps this year, Ryan Blaney has. I think Kyle was worried about having that 21 breathing down his neck.
I think something we're going to really have to keep an eye on. This is the first time all weekend long where cars have run side by side. Not a lot of downforce in these cars this year.
Complete the pass.
I really believe Chase Elliott, I saw this in practice. I think he has one of the fastest race cars. Now we're going to end this stage.
Kyle Busch wins stage 1. It's his 4th stage victory of the season. All of them coming in stage 1. Kevin Harvick 2nd, Keselowski 3rd, Larson 4th, Johnson 5th.
Harvick was on that last run. Towards the end of that run, we're hearing a lot of drivers up. Junior having an issue. Oh, did he miss a gear again, or did it get stuck?
Can't get down quite yet. Hang on. Couple more. Clear by 3 to the 38, 2 back, 1 back, you're clear low. Come on down, come on down.
Yeah, I think that transmission.
I don't know what it is about the shifter this week, but it's not natural to me.
Now this is a new transmission. They had to change engine and transmission after the incident in practice we showed you earlier. Looks like Clint Boyer may have been in the wall.
No, he's got trouble. You see smoke coming out of the car.
He's going to have to get to pit road. That'll cut the tire. That right rear might be cut already.
Trouble for Boyer 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, he gets up high here, just no air on the nose.
And let's listen to Dale Earnhardt Jr. diagnose his problem.
Sounds like a replay.
Stay up high, stay high there.
Very, very similar.
Sounded like what he did in practice on Friday.
Years that Dale Jr.'s been running at Pocono. This is only his 2nd DNF. And Dale, I know it's been a very frustrating weekend. Has the team done anything different with the transmission this weekend?
No, yeah. I just, something in my motion is, I mean, there really isn't anything different. The shifter's not different. The handle's not different. The location, everything's the same. I don't know whether it's something about my motion. It's not, it's, you know, going in the wrong gear. I can't, I wish I could blame it on something else because this is awful. Feels awful. The car was fast. We drove up in the top 15 there, running great lap times. Really, really happy with the car. Wasn't really running that hard, backing up the corners big time and just cruising forward, really happy. It's just my fault. I don't know what else to, I wish I could say that the shifter's different and something's out of line. That's you know, not something I've done. I was doing last year as far as where we have the shifter mounted for Pocono. This really concerns me coming back here and the road courses, you know. But we haven't had any problems all year long. But in places where we do a lot of shifting, I don't know what's going on, what I got to do, or why this is really happening out of nowhere. So I don't know. We don't really have an answer to it other than me just having to pay more attention. But I mean, I've been doing this all my life, and it doesn't isn't a common issue that it has been this weekend.
Thanks, Dale.
Jimmy Johnson slams the wall in Pocono.
Oh, my.
Fucking brake fail. Wowzers.
Running 7th. Johnson with a brake problem. And Jamie McMurray has destroyed the right side of his car.
Yeah,
Whose brakes fail? Was it Jimmy Johnson or was it Jamie McMurray?
I don't know, but I don't know. That's a hard hit, boys. I tell you, that was a big hit for that 48 car. Looks like pretty similar hit for this one car.
As a race car driver, this is one of your biggest fears is a brake issue here. Oh, he's going to get out in a hurry.
They were running 7th and 9th, and it's crash and burn for Jamie McMurray's car.
When I see that right front on fire on that one car, that makes me think he may be the one that lost his brakes. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to take a look. But that's a fire in the right front, which could be from the brakes.
The 48 Jimmy Johnson, that's right in the braking zone. See, right there.
You see the smoke, yeah. Actually, the right rear. It looked like fire in the right rear.
It did look like a failure in the right rear. He turns left, trying to get away from that wall. Heavy impact. The right side. That'll take the wind out of you. Now, what happened here is what we've got to figure out. How did Jamie McMurray get involved?
I don't know how much brake fluid would have come out of that 48 car, but it could be that Jamie Mack hit something from the 48 car.
Or were there any parts or pieces that flew off the 48 car?
That is hard.
That's a wicked hit.
Remember, we're talking 200 mile an hour down into that corner.
When Johnson's car was going sideways, inside the right rear wheel was glowing bright red. You don't often see that on the rear brake.
No, there was some fire coming out. I think McMurray ran over something.
And that may have been brake fluid that caught on fire of those hot parts on the right rear that we saw was turning red.
All right, we have some audio from Jimmy Johnson's car.
Man, you sure you're all right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Whew, I got away with one there.
And from Jamie McMurray.
Brake pedal's getting pretty long again. Got the pedal hanging on the whole time. You're all right. You must have oiled it up or something. Actually, my brake pedal went to the ground.
Oh, man.
Gosh, they both sound like McMurray had trouble with his brakes.
Hey, great to see Jimmy Johnson walk out of the infield care center. Now, Jimmy, had you had any kind of braking issue before that, or it just went right to the floor?
No, it went right to the floor, and I saw a replay inside the medical center, and the smoke, I think, is the brake fluid coming out of wherever, whatever failed and onto the rotors. I can only speculate that I got the brakes too hot, and when I went to the brakes, they just traveled straight to the floor. I didn't even have a pedal to push on. At that point, I threw it in third gear and was just trying to slow it down. I was heading to the grass, and I was wondering why I didn't turn right and get to the wall sooner. But I'm fine. Certainly, a big scare. I haven't had a scare like that since 2000 at Watkins Glen. But just let my wife and kids know, my mom know I'm okay, and I'll go change my underwear and get ready to go home.
A great move to try to catch the apron, to try to catch the grass, to scrub off some speed, but also change the angle of that significant hit.
Yeah, I told myself if this ever happened again, I would turn immediately into the outside wall and try to slow myself down. But my instincts, you're looking at the corner, you look at all that real estate to the inside, and I pointed it down to the infield. And once I was in the grass, I was like, man, I've been here before. I should have just turned dead right in the wall and got to the wall right away. But you have a split-second decision to make there. And fortunately, this one turned out well for me. Just an exciting ride.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Downforce, and Kyle Busch has the fresher tires. He's going to make a run at him.
Could be a drag racer to the line.
This will be lap 100. The green and white flag is in the air for Kyle Larson. And everybody gets across safely. And when I saw that restart, I might not have been able to say that.
I don't believe it, I'll be honest.
Casey Kane.
Hold it up there. Just stop if you're all right. I think it's smoke. You okay? I can't stop.
Yeah, again, probably
Sounds
a brake
like
issue.
Possibly brakes.
There was smoke from that car going into turn 1. That is 3 of 4 of Rick Hendrick's Chevrolets have come to grief today with mechanical issues.
See him smoking. Now, he was able to do what Jimmy Johnson talked about much earlier in the braking zone. He knew he had an issue now. Whether it was a brake or tire issue, I'm not really sure. We know he couldn't come to a stop, but he was able to react and turn right and not take that big, heavy impact we saw to Jimmy Johnson. Ryan Blaney closed up.
He is there, buddy. He's right on Busch. He's right there. He's going to be the guy that he's going to have to, Kyle Busch going to have to really work
huge
hard.
Run off of turn 3.
Great run off turn 3.
Kyle Busch did not get off that corner.
And Blaney's going, whoa, no. That was...
How low can you go?
Man, well, huge block by the 18.
18 to a big block on Blaney right there.
With those fresher tires, if Blaney ever gets past, he's got to be able to catch him.
He's got him. He'll get him down the back right here. He's going to out-drag him.
Now watch Kevin Harvick.
Oh, my gosh. He drove me all over the apron.
Took him to the infield almost.
Man.
Blaney has got to be saying, what do I got to do?
Oh, look at that big piece of paper. Is that covering the grill on Kyle Busch's 18?
But watch Kevin Harvick. He's coming into the picture.
Well, these two guys running side by side, I mean, it's going to open the door for everybody.
Outside. Hold your door tight.
Blaney loose!
Oh, he's driving the heck out of that thing.
Still there.
He's going to clear him.
Clear.
Got the lead.
Clear.
Blaney to the front.
The 21 car to the lead.
By 1 in line.
400 miles. It's going to come down to one corner. That flat turn 3. And Blaney beats Harvick back to the gas. Harvick looks slow, and here they come. The winner at Pocono, Ryan Blaney for the Wood Brothers.
Wow.
What a race.
Wow.
I'm sorry you can't talk, bud, but I'm so proud of you today. Love you.
That's going to be one popular victory.
Look at that team. Are they excited or what? Jeremy Bowens, that whole crowd, Lynn Wood, the whole bunch.
We told everybody Ryan Blaney was going to win a race.
Ryan Blaney hops out of the Motorcraft Ford in Victory Lane for the first time in the Monster Energy Cup Series. Congratulations. Man, all of America's watching. They want to know this is your first Cup win. You had to pass one of the best, Kyle Busch, and hold off Kevin Harvick at the end. What was going through your mind? You're in Victory Lane, man.
It's hard, man, to process. Well, first we had to pass Kyle, and that was tough. He was on older tires, and he was struggling off the one, and we were able to get under him there. And then we had to hold Kevin off. He was really fast all day, and I just didn't want to make a mistake. You know, that would have been the worst thing to do. And I got to thank him for racing me really clean. That was really cool of him. But we got Motorcraft and Ford and Quick Lane back in Victory Lane, and it's Wood Brothers' 99th win. So that's really special, and that was just a lot of fun, man.
99th win. But you said it, Wood Brothers back in Victory Lane, one of the patriarch teams in NASCAR. Haven't won since 2011. You get them back. Everybody wants to know, what's the party going to be like?
Well, you're invited.
Yes.
I don't know what the party's going to be like, man. I'm definitely going to party with these guys up here because I can't have a better group, and they do such a great job. And we've had a lot of bad luck the past month and a half, and it's great to get back to where we should run. And in Victory Lane, we locked ourselves in the chase. That was awesome. And I can't thank SKF, PPG, Body Armor enough, Roush Yates for doing what they do, and this is really cool. Thanks.
Really cool. Yes, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Ryan Blaney, his first career Monster Energy Cup Series win at Pocono Raceway. Wow, what a day. A lot of people cheering for you, a lot of people happy for you. Back to you, Chris Myers in the booth.